UDM leader Bantu Holomisa says the DA and the ANC should come to an agreement on coalitions. He says this will be for the improvement of service delivery. Holomisa is also seeking accountability on the pensions fund monies allegedly misused by some ANC members. To help us unpack this further, he's joining us now on the line. Mr. Holomisa, good afternoon. First up, is there an update you can give our viewers about coalitions? You've been very clear from late last week as the results came out of the local municipal elections that in places like the Nelson Mandela Bay, the ANC and the DA should work together.
Well, that was my personal proposal, given that it would appear that the mandate was given to them by the voters. That is the ANC and DA. But judging from the media, it looks as though they are not going to work together. They are rejecting each other. So the next step, therefore, should be for the big parties to approach small parties, and I wish them good luck in coming up with solution. If not, maybe the IEC must prepare for another election next year.
And you, as the UDM, you've worked before with these two big parties in different places, like in Cape Town and also in Nelson Mandela Bay Metro. And you were very, very clear in pointing out to what can make a coalition not to work: egos and lack of chemistry and the big brother mentality. Are you picking up from where you are that these two big parties might be willing to change their approach?
Definitely. In the last 9 months, for instance, in Nelson Mandela Bay, the current mayor and his deputy from UDM worked so well, and they were putting the interest of the communities in that part of the world. So I see a different approach from them, an improvement. Well, in Gauteng, where we also part of the government, local government, we have never had a problem because the chairperson of I would call a SCOPA for now, in the Greater Johannesburg, has been chaired by the UDM since 2016. So we have never experienced any problem with both DA and ANC because our approach and philosophy in the local government is that we need to apply a non-partisan approach and try and depoliticize the issues of local government, because if a pipe has burst, it has burst for both the capitalist and the hardline socialist. So you just have to fix that pipe, and that's all.
So you are saying at the local level, service delivery has no ideology?
No, not at all.
And do you think is the way of the future at local government that all parties should beginning now embrace coalitions and make them workable?
That's the only route, because it looks as though the voters are not going to change their minds since 2016, and we should expect that this pattern is going to continue up until even at national level. Come 2024. The sooner they focus on service delivery, the better, especially at local government. We are not interested in this political bickering which is taking place on a daily basis.
Okay,
people want to see that the waste management is applied properly, and so on and so on.
Yeah, we're going to have to wait and see how this current negotiations for coalitions will play itself out. Now, while I have you, there's another matter that has been in court involving you, and based on those allegations you've made, I think it was in 2018 when you wrote to President Ramaphosa saying that you believe that a company like Labashe, which involves the former Deputy Finance Minister, Mr. Jabu Mleketi, and his business partners, had unfairly benefited appointed from the PIC. Now I see there's been an interdict against you from talking about this and revealing more. That has been in court, and you are appealing against that because the ruling went against you in the High Court. Where is that matter now? What can you share with us?
Today we sat in court, and the Harris and Lebashe companies of Moleketi and Mashwele were filing papers there, or rather they filed papers, but were about to argue around the case wherein they are suing me for having said past those remarks in the letter I wrote to the president in 2018. But unfortunately for them, the request which I made to the president was agreed upon, and that there must be investigations in the PIC, and the president appointed a party commission which came out with findings which were not exonerating them at all. Now today we were in court to argue their case, but they refused that the party commission's findings should be part of that. But we said to them, we agree that let's postpone the case so that we file those findings, because they said the amendment was too late. They received it very late. We are going to wait for them, but because they don't have a case, the party commission's findings are damning against them.
So the case has been postponed to when, Mr. Holomisa?
That means it's postponed for a later date, which will be announced by the courts.
Or the date is still to be worked out. Finally, on this matter, how confident are you in your case in this PIC matter?
150% confident, especially if the findings of the commission are allowed by the courts. You must remember that it is Holomisa and the UDM who are being sued here. But it was Holomisa and UDM, of course, which asked the president to institute an inquiry on PIC. And the PIC, the president agreed, and the findings, and the party commission was appointed, and the findings are there for everybody to see. Why are they refusing to accept those findings? It's anybody's guess. But
okay.
The law doesn't favor all of this. Law is not for them, irrespective whether they've got billions of rands. We want to know where is the money of the pensioners in this country. That's all.
Okay, we're going to have to wait and see then when that date is set in court for this matter to proceed. Thank you very much for your time joining us on the phone line there. That's the leader of the United Democratic Movement, Bantu Holomisa.